French archaeologist Jérôme Romer has discovered interesting new evidence at a residential area within a dig site in Hegra.
So when we opened this area, we're looking for an ancient neighborhood, and we could identify the function of several rooms. And inside the courtyard, we found coins, which people would just forget in the rooms, and which are very useful for dating the archaeological layers. So a lot of domestic activities would take place in this courtyard.
But more interestingly, Jérôme found clues of how the Nabataeans used water in daily life.
So we have several water management devices pouring down into the street. Here we have a sink which is encased in a wall, and this was probably the place where people would wash the dishes. And the water was pouring down into the street through this spout here.
Okay, so that means that the water would just go onto the street, and so that the street would get a little bit dirty?
Yeah, probably.
The Nabataeans mastered the desert through the development of sophisticated water technologies, enabling them to establish and sustain thriving desert cities. Layla and local guide Atif are exploring how they collected fresh water for nearby Hegra.
The Nabataeans were very good at taking advantage of the environment in which they lived. So what they did here is use all the mountain which is behind us and all the mountain which is in front of us as a vast catchment area for collecting the runoff water. So all the water which would fall on these mountains pours into this canal, which is actually man-made, and they had to close part of it here so that it didn't go direct into the valley. So they forced the water to get into the channel, which make the water go to wherever they wanted it to go.
Water is absolutely essential for a living community, and particularly a large city like Petra. Keeping water as clean as possible is essential. One of the first ways, of course, is having a closed kind of system, such as the terracotta pipes, which are sealed. These terracotta pipes here are part of a 7-kilometer-long system. There's a section of them here. You can see the pottery, but you have to imagine the complete pipes coming around like this. And here, one is fitting into the other. So they were sealed with lime mortar all around, keeping the water clean and pure all the way down. They have a slight 4 degrees inclination to allow the water to flow without it being too strong that might damage or disconnect. This is really great water management, showing you how the Nabataeans valued this precious commodity, water, and how it was piped into the city of Petra.
In Petra, rainfall is typically scarce, but occasional heavy rains persist for days, leading to flash floods in the ancient city.
When it does rain, you have very fast running water. And because it's coming from this very steep inclination from the mountains here, there's a huge amount of pressure which moves large boulders and can cause damage to the buildings. So a flash flood can be dangerous, but it can also be managed.